You are now tuned in to the 411 for your fantasy football with your host, Autumn Wind Williams.
What is going on, everybody? I am Autumn Wind Williams, and this is the 411 for your fantasy football for Week 15 on Draftkings, Fanduel, and Yahoo for the main slate going down on Sunday. Right now, the Saturday slate is making it happen, and I can't watch the game right now because my service provider for cable internet, AT&T, they got beef with the NFL. NFL got beef with AT&T, so they won't allow NFL Network on my TV. So I have to try to stream on the internet some kind of way, like I always do when it's on NFL Network. But right now, missing out. The Buffalo Bills is up by 7 versus the Denver Broncos. Then we have Carolina Panthers going against the Green Bay Packers tonight. So I'm going to be peeping in here and there. I don't know, main focus for me this Saturday, I don't know if you guys are into hip-hop music or any of y'all are in the Bay Area. I'm born and raised in Oakland. I'm waiting for tonight Instagram versus with E40 and Too Short. You know, and it seemed like that's what everybody's anticipating all 2 weeks, all the past 2 weeks. That's all everybody been talking about. E40 versus Too Short on Instagram and Apple Music. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight while I'm finishing up the rest of my lineups for Sunday. But let's go to the injury report to see if we find anything new that we might want to take in consideration as far as building our lineups. Alright, I see Christian McCaffrey is officially out for tonight. So if you have to do some late swap, hopefully you got something in your flex position that you can swap out if you actually had McCaffrey in your lineups. I hope you didn't. But Drew Brees is in. Michael Thomas is out tomorrow. Salvon Ahmed from the Miami Dolphins, he's questionable going against the New England Patriots. Daniel Jones, hamstring ankle, is officially questionable, along with Evan Ingram, who has a calf issue. Kyle Rudolph from the Vikings, he's out, so fire up your Irv Smith Jr. if you need something that tight end. Austin Hooper, David Njoku, both questionable for Sunday night. Antonio Gibson, like we already knew, he's doubtful for Week 15 for the Redskins, along with Alex Smith is ruled out, and they're starting Haskins again. Yikes. Bevel says Galladay still really wants to come back and play, but it doesn't look like he's going to play, man. It looks like he's going to be sitting out for the rest of the season. Matthew Stafford, he didn't practice all week, but it looked like he's still going to be playing tomorrow. Julio Jones is out this Sunday again, so you know everybody's chalking up that Calvin Ridley. Drew Brees will be playing Sunday, and Taysom Hill likely just going to be that guy that trolls our lineups and get a 1-yard touchdown as a receiver, tight end, or running back. You know how that go. And he plays special teams too. He blocked punts. Alright, moving on to my lineup at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense. And this week, I'm still going to continue picking on the Atlanta Falcons defense. They're going against Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. I mean, why not? They're last in the league against opposing quarterbacks. But I'm a bit concerned because I don't know if Tom Brady's going to give me a decent amount of fantasy points. He hasn't been consistent all season long, which is crazy when he has so many receiving options to throw the ball to. And that makes it difficult for me as far as stacking the Bucks too, because there's so many options that he can throw the ball to. But it's really sketchy. Last week he only completed 23 passes, got 196 yards. He got 2 touchdowns, didn't throw an interception, which is good. But what's making me really focus on picking him now too is not only because it's the Falcons that they're going against. Ronald Jones is not going to be running the ball because he's out with the thumb injury. So I don't think they're going to run the ball as much. If you look at the fact that they sat Leonard Fournette out on a healthy scratch last week, LaShawn McCoy, he can't produce. I don't know if they're going to let Keyshawn Vaughn get involved, but if they do really focus on Leonard Fournette. Fournette get a lot of check downs too, and I'm looking at how that can help out Tom Brady move down the field. Then he can focus on his wide receivers, his tight end, it's Gronkowski and Brait or whoever. It's just so many pieces on this team, and it's difficult for me to stack. I'm like rearranging this stack every single day for the past 3-4 days. I had my mind made up. I'm playing Tom Brady, but I don't know who I'm picking uh, to pair him with and have a bring back. Well, I already know my bring back, the same one as last week that y'all gonna hear about later. But I just gotta do more research, see how I've built this stack. But I'm definitely gonna be picking on Atlanta. Moving on to running back, I have Cam Akers from the Los Angeles Rams. I've been hyped to play this guy for Week 15 ever since last Thursday when the Rams went against the New England Patriots. I mean, Rams is finally using this guy the way that he needs to be used. He's a workhorse now. Well, he's stepping in that role. Hopefully, he got 29 rush attempts for 171 yards. Caught 2 out of his 3 targets for 23 yards versus the Patriots. And, far as I know, that could have been just a game script to trick Bill Belichick, who probably had his focus on shutting down the Rams receivers or something. But the Patriots played horrible. Rams took advantage of it, ran the ball, and it looks like they're going to do that a whole lot more. Keep their receivers and their quarterback healthy for the playoffs. But you never know. They might be going back to a committee role, but that's just a chance I'm taking. I'm just hoping they continue to use Cam Akers in this positive workhorse role because it was just amazing to see him run all over the field like that. But he didn't get a touchdown. I'm hoping he get one or two this week. Going against the New York Jets, I know the Jets they're decent against the running back. They're bad against receivers. But I don't think the Rams is going to throw the ball that much if they're ahead, like say 2 touchdowns. And they got Cam Akers back there to run the ball down the field, run the clock, keep the rest of the guys healthy where they don't suffer no injuries. I think that's a big possibility. So that's who I got at running back. Moving on to wide receiver, I got Russell Gage again. Back to the well with this man. Since Julio Jones is out, and everybody and their mama is going to be rostering Calvin Ridley. And I'm looking at Julio Jones is only priced at $4,700 on Draftkings. I'm playing him on Fanduel and Yahoo as well as the rest of the guys that I have right here. But on Draftkings, he's only $4,700. He's been doing decent all season long. Well, not all season long, but most of the season. Last week he caught 5 of his 7 targets for 82 yards. And he threw a touchdown to Calvin Ridley, if I'm not mistaken. So, I like that. Maybe he can go out there and do it again. Nah, maybe not back-to-back weeks, but anything's possible. I like how they're getting him involved in the game, and I just think that he's going to work out good as far as with tomorrow's game because of the pressure that the Bucs is going to apply. And whenever Matt Ryan is getting pressured, I notice how they haven't been using Todd Gurley that much, and they've been tossing that ball over to Gage. Because he's like right there. He's tossing that ball to Gage to work down the field, since they're not really trusting Todd Gurley at running back. Where he's getting those checkdowns. Gage's been getting those. And I've been paying attention a lot to that. All of a sudden, it seemed like they've been playing a lot of Atlanta Falcon games this year on TV. So I got to spectate a little bit and see how they're playing their guys, and I'm impressed. So I look at this as a good value for me to have in my lineup at my wide receiver position, plus bring it back in that Tampa Bay Falcon stack that I'm trying to do. All right, moving on to tight end. Y'all know normally I stack my quarterback and my tight end together. So Gronkowski is out of the question. Main reason why is because I'm picking Mark Andrews. And it's crazy how high Travis Kelce is priced over all the rest of the tight ends, but Mark Andrews is that next guy below, that second tier, that it looks like a third tier down there when you look at Travis Kelce's price. And then Mark Andrews is right down there, like what, 3,000, something like that, less. But my reasons for picking Mark Andrews: Jaguars is 24th in the league at the tight end position. Jaguars defense allows the 5th most passing yards in the league this season. It's a possible rain game throughout the game. It might, I don't know if it's going to sprinkle or it's going to be like pouring, but it's going to be some rain. And rain might require short passes. Plus, I'm looking at Marquise Brown, Miles Boykin might not play because they're on a COVID list right now. It's a possibility they might be removed from the COVID list. I think they just came in contact with someone else, so they went on that list for now. They have to go through more testing maybe tonight to prepare for tomorrow's game to see if they're good to go. But even if Miles Boykin and Marquise Brown is in, I'm playing Mark Andrews. Because look at how last week he got 5 to 6 targets for 78 yards against the Browns, and he's one of Lamar Jackson's favorite targets, so it only makes sense. Cheap price, 2 of the guys that's receiving might be out. 5th most passing yards in the league that their defense has given up. They're 24th against tight end. It's a no-brainer. It's pretty much a keep it simple, stupid type of play, I say. So that's who I have at tight end, going with Mark Andrews. Last but not least, I got the Rams defense to pair up with Cam Akers, stack them 2 together. And, I'm looking at how the last 3 weeks, the Rams got, 15, 11, and 21 fantasy points. And now they're going against the New York Jets, Sam Darnold, and Adam Gase. If that's not enough right there to explain my reasons why I'm paying up for defense this week, I don't know what to tell you. I might not be able to pay for Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, but who is likely to get 3x value out of the 2 of those that I named and the Rams defense versus the New York Jets? Leave the comment below to change my mind if you beg to differ. Alright? So that's what I have for you at running back. We got Tom Brady from the Tampa Bay Bucks going against the Atlanta Falcons. Cam Akers, Los Angeles Rams, going against the New York Jets at running back. Wide receiver, Russell Gage, Atlanta Falcons, going against the Tampa Bay Bucks at wide receiver. Tight end, I have Mark Andrews from the Baltimore Ravens, going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last but not least, we got the Los Angeles Rams going against the New York Jets and Adam Gase. That's enough right now. Hopefully you guys win a lot of money tomorrow. Do whatever you got to do to be positive. Stay blessed, stay safe. Follow me on Instagram at the411DFS and on Twitter at the411DFS. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, click the bell icon, and I'll holla at you later. Peace. I'm out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the 411 Podcast. Now get ready to make that money. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at the 411 DFS.